Picture this. You're scrolling through TikTok, completely relaxed, and suddenly a clip barely a second long pops up on your For You page. No dialogue, no big announcement, no new song drop, just one movement, one expression, 1 second. And within hours, that hashtag is trending in dozens of countries. Millions of people are resharing the exact same clip, and one name is dominating timelines all over the world. That name? Jimin, the BTS member who, once again, has proven he has a rare gift, turning the briefest possible moment into a full-blown global social media storm. If you're wondering what actually happened, why this blew up the way it did, and why this keeps happening over and over, this video is going to break it all down. Stick around till the end, because we're also going to cover a few other Jimin viral moments from the past few weeks that rarely get discussed together like this. Before we get into that 1 second moment, let's back up a little and look at the bigger picture. Throughout 2026, BTS has been in the middle of the Arirang World Tour, a massive world tour marking the group's full comeback after each member completed their mandatory military service. This isn't just any tour. Every city they stop in leaves behind its own viral trail, and Jimin has consistently been one of the biggest focal points. In early August 2026, the tour rolled into MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, for 2 consecutive nights of shows on August 1st and 2nd. A stadium that size, tens of thousands of light sticks glowing in unison, is already spectacle enough to go viral on its own. But what actually sent this particular moment into overdrive wasn't the songs or the set list. It was a single shot of Jimin walking off stage through a wall of stage smoke. Picture the scene. Stage lights blazing from behind him, thick smoke rolling across the stage, and Jimin's silhouette walking slowly through it, his outfit catching the light as it moved. Photographers and videographers caught the moment from multiple angles, and the result looked less like a typical concert clip and more like a scene straight out of a movie. And here's the moment that gives this video its title. Once the clips and photos of Jimin walking through that smoke started circulating on X, Instagram, and TikTok, the reaction was almost instant. Not days, not even hours. Within minutes of the first clip going up, the related hashtags were already climbing. A lot of fans described it as looking like he was walking on clouds. Others called it proof that he was simply born for the stage, a natural performer whose every movement, however small, feels choreographed, even when it's really just an ordinary walk-off stage caught at exactly the right time. What makes this interesting is that there was no special choreography involved. No stage director told him to walk a certain way. This was a completely organic moment. He walked off stage the way he normally would, but the combination of lighting, smoke, and camera timing created a single frame that felt like a moving painting. This kind of thing isn't new in K-pop, but it's rare for any idol to produce moments like this again and again across completely different occasions. And that's really what sets Jimin apart. His track record of generating these unplanned viral moments happens at a frequency far higher than most of his peers in the industry. Reactions online range from people praising his stage presence as genuinely cinematic, to longer conversations about how every modern concert is now filmed from dozens of angles by the audience itself, meaning one small movement can instantly become a standalone viral story, completely detached from its original context inside the show. That's actually an important point worth sitting with. In today's environment, every second of a performance has the potential to become content in its own right. A gesture that, in the past, might have simply lived on as a memory for whoever was in the crowd that night can now be captured from dozens of different phones, reposted, remixed, and turned into a global phenomenon within hours. Now here's the part one think is the most fascinating to unpack. This MetLife Stadium moment didn't happen in isolation. If you trace back a few months, you'll find a very consistent pattern, and fans already have a name for it. They call it the Jimin effect. That phrase first really took off after something that happened at the Las Vegas show, specifically at Allegiant Stadium, in late May 2026. That time, it wasn't Jimin himself who became the center of attention. It was a female security guard in a bright orange polo shirt standing near the barricade. Here's what happened. During the performance, Jimin kept moving close to the barricade while fans screamed from every direction. The guard, standing just a few meters away, kept her focus on the crowd, staying professional. But cameras caught the moment she visibly tried to hold back a smile as Jimin glanced her way. The contrast between his playful, completely at ease demeanor and her determined effort to stay composed instantly became meme material across every platform. Within hours, her name was trending, the clip had been reposted thousands of times, and fans jokingly dubbed her the strongest soldier in Las Vegas for surviving the moment without losing focus. That's really where the term Jimin effect started getting widely used, describing his ability to trigger intense emotional reactions from even the smallest gesture, often without any of it being deliberately planned to go viral in the first place. Another example of that same pattern happened during soundcheck in Munich on the same tour. Jimin reacted to a fan-made banner, one that appeared to be AI edited, showing him alongside an actor playing Thor and footballer Erling Haaland. His spontaneous reaction, which reminded a lot of people of Haaland's signature walk, spread rapidly on X, complete with memes and jokes about a possible meeting between the two ahead of the FIFA World Cup 2026 final. Interestingly, that moment came just days after FIFA announced one of the biggest entertainment lineups in tournament history, and sure enough, Jimin did go on to perform in the halftime show of the FIFA World Cup 2026 final between Spain and Argentina at New York, New Jersey Stadium on July 19th. Now let's look at a slightly different kind of example. How even the smallest, most ordinary things can turn into global talking points when it comes to Jimin. Back in March 2026, he trended for two things that happened almost back to back. First, he shared a photo of a scale reading 59.7 kilograms, part of a post with fellow member V, the two of them taking mirror selfies in workout gear at the gym. That single number on a scale instantly became a hot topic among fans, who connected it to earlier comments from a comeback live stream on March 20th, where members had joked about looking a bit chubby in a Netflix documentary covering their album production process. Beyond are they going to the same event theories? Plenty of fans were just enjoying the small details, praising how effortlessly stylish Jungkook looked even with his whole face covered, or gushing over J-Hope's smile, saying it's basically impossible to have a bad day after seeing it. And honestly, moments like this always end up being proof, for longtime fans, that the bond between BTS members hasn't gone anywhere, even after years of military service and solo careers pulling them in different directions. It's also worth mentioning this wasn't an isolated moment either. Just weeks before, Jungkook was spotted leaving from the same airport with V, heading out for a fashion-related schedule overseas, and that sparked its own wave of Taehyung trending. So really, that whole stretch felt like a season of BTS members traveling in pairs, and every single combination managed to send fans into their own kind of chaos. So what actually happened once they landed? Jungkook really did show up at New York Fashion Week. On September 12th, local time, he attended the Calvin Klein Collection show designed by Veronica Leoni, his first ever runway show appearance. Calvin Klein themselves highlighted his presence on their official page, and Vogue Singapore shared photos of him sitting front row. He showed up in a relaxed, earth-toned suit with a modern, oversized cut, and later changed into a black trench coat look that fans jokingly described as mafia energy. Either way, the internet exploded, with plenty of people calling it one of the most elegant comebacks they've seen from him. Now here's where we have to be honest with you. J-Hope's actual appearance at the fashion show itself was never officially confirmed. The reports only confirmed that he left the airport at the same time as Jungkook, and that his outfit sparked speculation about a possible connection to another brand. So the idea that he also walked or attended New York Fashion Week that same week, that's still fan speculation, not something confirmed by his agency or any brand. And that's an important distinction to make, because half the fun of being a fan is theorizing, but it's just as important to separate what's confirmed from what's still a guess. This whole moment also fits into a much bigger picture, BTS coming back fully together after years of military enlistment. Jungkook and Jimin were the last two members to finish their service, wrapping up in June 2025, following the rest of the group, who'd already completed theirs earlier. With all 7 members now fully back in civilian life, the entire industry, and every fan around the world, had been waiting for a real group comeback. And that comeback did happen. The group released a full album called Arirang, their first collective project in over 5 years, led by the single Swim, which quickly topped charts internationally. Not long after this airport moment, all 7 members, Jimin, Jungkook, jhobe, RM, Suga and V were spotted together again in New York, this time for a special concert event with Spotify, along with a late-night TV appearance on one of America's biggest talk shows. So if you zoom out, this small airport moment is really just one piece of a much bigger story, the story of BTS slowly reassembling after years apart, from solo schedules and mandatory service, to pairs, then trios, and eventually all 7 of them standing together again. And that's honestly why moments like this matter so much to fans, even the small ones. Every clip of 2 members walking through an airport together, every photo of them sitting side by side at an event, it all serves as proof that the family is coming back together after being scattered for so long. If you really think about it, why does something as simple as 2 guys walking through an airport become this big of a deal? The answer's actually pretty simple. For a fandom as massive and devoted as ARMY, every small detail carries weight. It's not really about the outfits or the speculation itself. It's about the emotional connection that's been built over years and years. Seeing Jungkook and jhobe laughing together, jokingly linking arms, brings back the same chemistry fans have recognized since the group's earliest days. And with schedules getting busier and solo projects piling up, moments like this become a kind of reassurance. Proof that the bond between them is still just as strong. For a lot of fans, it's also a sweet reminder that this whole journey, from debut, through years of comebacks, through the hiatus caused by military service, all the way to a full reunion, adds up to something much bigger than a 30-second clip at an airport. So that's the full story behind the moment that had ARMY buzzing worldwide, from a simple, unplanned airport moment, all the way to becoming part of Jungkook's big comeback at New York Fashion Week with Calvin Klein. What do you think? Are you more here for the outfits, or did the friendship moment hit you harder? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe so you don't miss future updates on BTS and other K-pop idols, and turn on notifications so you're first to know whenever a new video drops. See you in the next one, and as always, Borahi.